So you've gotten hurt on the job, and turns out it's a nasty accident. But it sounds like the insurance company is basically taking care of you. You're starting to get checks, perhaps, or they're at least paying your medical bills as far as you know. It looks like they might accept the claim. Workers' comp seems to be paying all the bills as far as you know. Now you're out of the hospital and you have an appointment with your surgeon. He tells you, back in the office, that you can't work right now. You shouldn't work because of your injuries, and he tells you don't work. So you leave the office, and then you file your claim for benefits, as you're supposed to do, or in North Carolina it would be a Form 18, and continue to follow up with your doctor, and then you come to find out that the workers' comp insurance company is denying your claim. Why? Failure to prove any disability, or failure to provide evidence of disability. And you're like, what? What happened? So this is Joe Miller, workers' compensation attorney in both Virginia and North Carolina, and that's what we're going to talk about today, and that is the importance of getting a work note from your doctor, otherwise known as a disability slip. Every time you leave your doctor's office, you need to get a work note. Why is this? Because although the doctors are preparing their office notes, when they go back after they see you sometime during the day, they'll usually dictate an office note. And oftentimes they don't have anything about your capability of working. Okay? And what doctors will often do is give you what's called a work note, which is a separate sheet of paper that sets forth either that you cannot work at all and you should not work, or it will give you some type of restrictions, physical restrictions, with regard to returning to work. Now, that's the case we find with doctors who often see workers' compensation patients. They know that this is something they have to do, but a lot of times you may get involved with a surgeon, depending on the type of injury you have, who's really not used to treating workers' compensation patients. And guess what? He's not really focused so much on your ability to work or not work. He's just focused on treating you. He doesn't know what you should know, which is that piece of paper is absolutely essential to proving your claim. It can make a huge difference between not having a case and having a case. This is because there's really only two basic ways you can prove that you're entitled to ongoing checks or benefits while you are out of work. Okay? The first method is to have a work note that says that you cannot work at all right now because of your injuries. Okay? Second method of doing this is to obtain a work note that says that you can do some work. For instance, let's say it's a restriction of lifting no more than 20 pounds, no crawling, no stooping, no bending, something like this. And in addition to that, you're looking for work within those restrictions, and you're going to provide evidence of work within those restrictions. Unfortunately, as we've talked about in other videos, and particularly in Virginia, if you're not under an award already, then if you're on light duty, you're not going to be able to get any benefits without going to hearing. You're going to have to prove that you're looking for work within your restrictions, appropriate work within your restrictions, and you can't find any. As to exactly how you look for it, what you're supposed to do, I strongly encourage you to look for a video that we've done on our YouTube channel, and that is called Looking for Work Under Light Duty. I really only encourage you to look at that. That'll show you exactly what you're supposed to do. But I just want to make sure we're clear that if you were to head to hearing, okay, and even if your doctor's got you 100% out of work, okay, let's assume the claim is denied for whatever reason, they're just saying, we don't think there's evidence of disability. You go to hearing, you don't have those work notes in hand, you got no case, and you're going to lose. All right, that's just the sad fact. We get involved in these cases, and we'll get involved later on in the case after somebody's treated for a while, and we'll say, well, where are your work notes? And they say, well, I didn't know I was supposed to get a work note. Now we've got, we're several months out of treatment, and it's clear they haven't been able to work, but there's no work notes. And sometimes folks even get fired over this because they didn't provide evidence of disability to the employer's satisfaction. I strongly encourage you to try to get a work note at every single doctor's appointment. And what I'm talking about now is your main authorized treating physician. I mean, if you go into somebody, a side physician who's your pain doctor that they referred you to, but you're still seeing your main physician is usually the one who's going to write these work notes. And that's those are the ones that's called your authorized treating doctor. If you got, like I said before, if you had a surgery and you're following this doctor up because of the surgery that you had, that's the doctor that's going to be writing these work notes. Now, sometimes there can be some conflict, and we've had this come up before, where you'll have more than one body part that's been injured, and you'll have more than one doctor that's writing these work notes. Let's say you hurt your shoulder and your knee, so the shoulder doctor, says, okay, may have two different doctors for that. Your shoulder doctor says, okay, I'm releasing you to return to full duty. But your knee doctor says, oh, no, we got, you're nowhere near maximum medical improvement. You need to stay on light duty. So sometimes that can save your whole case. You need to get those work notes from both because your work capability may differ in those circumstances. So I hope I've explained to you the importance of getting a work note and why it's so important in a workers' compensation case, especially in Virginia, but also North Carolina. And you need to make sure that, if we were representing you, we would make sure you would do that, and we would make sure that we provided that to the workers' compensation insurance company every time you brought us one. So anyway, again, this is Joe Miller, workers' compensation attorney. If you have any other questions about workers' compensation law, workers' compensation cases, you want us to review your case, be happy to do so. Just give us a call at the number on the screen or go on our website there, theworkinjurycenter.com. You'll find all kind of good content about workers' compensation and pretty much any question that you can think of, it's answered on there. But if you want to call us, you can call us too. We're happy to talk to you. Anyway, this is Joe Miller, workers' compensation attorney. We wish you a blessed day. Be well. Joe Miller out.